What's up, Pokemoshpitbeta? This is TheBattleProductions, and welcome to my Pokemon Showdown battle against JayTea. Yeah, JayTea. Okay, whatever. Basically, this is a weather battle, really. It's Sand Team versus Water Team, and yeah, basically the main threats on JayTea's team is probably that Dragonite and Jolteon. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else on there on her team that's like really threatening. So let's just get this battle started. Alright, so I sent up my Skarmory. He sends out his Ferrothorn. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put a layer of spikes up, see what he'll do. Yeah, of course. I didn't predict that, but he goes for spikes. I mean, like, really. And then he goes for the Thunder Wave. Somehow he was faster. And I just went for the Whirlwind just to knock it out of there. I don't want it there. And he brings in Dragonite. I was like, okay, I have to Whirlwind it out because maybe he has the Fire Punch. No, he goes for Thunder. I'm like, what the heck? But now, like, literally, there's not that many Dragonites that have Thunder. So basically, when that Vaporeon came in, I went for the Spikes. Then he goes for Roar. My Latias comes in. I was like, alright, well, I'm just going to roar him out. And he goes for Toxic and misses, which was very unfortunate for him. And then it brings in his Politoed, which brings out the Drizzle. So I was like, okay, crap. He goes for the Toxic, poisons me. I roar out that Politoed, send him Vaporeon. I was like, okay, well, it's not going to help if there's rain out, so I'm going to have to send out my Tyranitar so I can get the Sandstorm up, plus my special defense will be, like, really high, so, like, it won't affect me at all if he uses a Water-type move. So basically it just goes for Roar, and it just brings my Latias back in. I was like, okay, that's just a free turn for me. So I go for Roar. He sends out a Toxicroak, and I was like, okay, there's not that many Toxicroaks in the OU, so I don't know what to do to this thing. But I just go for the Calm Mind just to see what it's going to do, and it happens to go for the Drain Punch. Maybe he was thinking I was going to switch out or something, but that didn't happen. So now what's going on here is that Toxic is really hurting me. So I was like, okay, well, he switches out. I'll just have to go for the Roost, and I do, and I get up to 88%, which is awesome. He sends out his Ferrothorn, of course. I'm starting to think he might have the Gyro Ball, but he ends up going for another layer of spikes. I still don't know how he outspeeds me, but then I just go for Roar. It brings out that Toxicroak again. I was like, okay, well, Latias is not going to live much longer. He's going to die in the next turn, so I was like, okay, I might as well just hit it with something. So I have Dragon Pulse. That's my only attacking move. Then he goes for the Sub. It doesn't work since he's at a low enough HP where he can't do it. And basically, my Latias dies. So now I send in my Garchomp to Revenge Kill. This is a Choice Scarf Garchomp. And I go for the Earthquake, and I take down the Toxicroak. And now you're probably thinking, well, now he better bring his Dragonite. No, he doesn't know I'm Scarf, so he brings in his Jolteon. I go for an Earthquake and take it down. So now it probably gave her the idea that I was Scarfed, and now she brings in a Dragonite. I'm like, great. So I set up my Skarmory. He goes for Superpower, and I'm like, Mixed Dragonite? What? And I saw a Life Orb. I'm like, yeah, should have expected that. But now he goes for Thunder and actually hits. Wow, that's a first. And then takes down my Skarmory. So now it's 4-4. It's pretty close. Okay, I'll send out my Garchomp, and then I'll just, go for the Outrage. So he predicts that and goes out to Vaporeon. I don't know why, but I go for Outrage. Yeah, it does a decent chunk for it being Choice Scarf. But then he sends in his Ferrothorn, which I couldn't do anything about this because, yeah, I can't switch out because I'm locked in. So basically I'm getting hurt by his Iron Barbs. I'm like, no! Why didn't I think of that? This should have just... that was just a horrible move by me. But now he just goes for the Leech Seed. I don't know why. Cause I mean, I'm going to switch out anyways. Might as well actually put some decent damage on me, but I don't know what his thought process was there. So I sent out my Celebi. I'm like, alright, well, I can just go for the Hidden Power Fire, and yeah. So that turn when I switch, he actually tries to land a Power Whip on me, and I was like, okay, cool, good for you. And he switches out, predicting the Hidden Power Fire, sends out his Politoed. It does 5% to it because of the rain and it's a water type, so I was like, okay, well, it's not that much I don't want to show that I have Giga Drain, so I'm going to send out my Tyranitar, turn it back into the Sandstorm. So now, it goes for the Protect. I'm like, cool, way to attempt to Scout. So now, basically, he's going to go for Toxic and poison my Tyranitar, but like, I don't really care, because I'm not really using this for like that much. I mean, it doesn't have any attack EVs, it's just there to be bulky and get the weather up. So basically I go out to my Rotom Wash predicting a Hydro Pump, and he goes for the Scald, and he burns my Rotom Wash. I was like, great, that's excellent, thank you very much. So to make up for that burn, he switches out into his Dragonite, and I predicted that, and I went for the Volt Switch and got a critical hit and took down his Dragonite. So that was a payback, even though burn is useless on Rotom Wash, but whatever. And now Celebi's gonna be sent out, and then he's probably gonna send out his he's gonna send out his Politoed to get that rain going again. I'm like, jeez, the war of rain. I'm like, you know what? I'll show my Giga Drain, and I just go for the Giga Drain, take down his Politoed. So now he's gonna send in his Ferrothorn because, well, it's raining out, and well, yeah, Hidden Power Fire won't do much. So I'll send out my Tyranitar. Now he doesn't have his weather Pokemon. So now I go in, Sandstorm, he's gonna get the Leech Seed. I'm like, cool beans, dude. So now, basically I'm gonna send out my Celebi once again, and now there's nothing he can do about it. Because now he's gonna go for a third layer Spikes, which was absolutely useless. And basically that was like late hazards. I mean, like, what's the point of that? And he goes for the I go for the Nasplat, he goes for the Leech Seed. It doesn't affect him whatsoever. I'm like, well, I mean, not affect him, me, sorry. And then he switches out into his Vaporeon, and Spikes will bring it down to 9%. I go for the Hidden Power Fire, and it didn't matter because I took it down because of ×2, you know, special attack. So now he's gonna send out his Ferrothorn. Now he's probably thinking, yeah, it's game. So I go for the Hidden Power, quad weak to Hidden Power Fire, and that is game. So good game, JT. So if you enjoyed my battle, please check out my channel, and please leave a like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and check out. Actually, subscribe to the PMPBeta. Not well, if you like my content, subscribe to my channel. And yeah, see you guys.